It's real life when you let fear dictate your decisions. And what you're truly doing is you are going to diminish any type of progress, any type of success, the more that you let fear dictate things. And many people will come to me and be like, I'm scared to change. I'm scared to do something that I haven't done before. I'm scared. And the reason why you're so scared is because, one, you've probably tried it before and you failed, or two, you've never tried it and you're scared about what the outcome could be. If you were to truly just give yourself over to a process and allow yourself the change and allow the things to happen for you, you would probably get so much further along. But the reason why fear is such it's so crippling for people is because fear is something that we constantly hold on to. And when we're holding on to fear-based thoughts or feelings or past experiences, it actually stops us from moving forward. So if you're going to allow fear to dictate your decisions, you have to know that you're probably going to plateau and become very stagnant. And the more stagnant that you become, the worse you're going to feel. So this is what happens in a moment of decision. First, what's going to happen is you're going to think that you want to do something. You're going to think you want to actually make some changes. And then the moment to decide is going to come up. Fear will set in and it will be like, but remember that time that you used to do this and it never worked? Or remember that time where you failed? Or, oh my gosh, do you know how much work you're going to have to put in? This is why people don't make it, because fear comes in and it just completely ruins them. It gets so much in the way that then they are just struggling every single step of the way. So what you have to do is you have to overcome it. And there are the acronyms, false evidence appearing real. That's what fear stands for. And people might say other acronyms, whatever. That is probably one of the most common ones. The best part about all of that is that you think what might go wrong. You think what could go wrong. You're always going to think about the possibility, right? Like the 1%, 2%, the what ifs. That is exactly what fear is, but there's really no evidence to support it, right? Unless you've constantly tried the same thing and it hasn't worked and you've exactly to a T, it's always been exactly the same way and then it's failed. Yeah, you could probably be kind of fearful about it, but ultimately you have to learn from your previous experiences and then carry those even to forward experiences, and you're going to know how to then tackle this. So you can't let fear dictate your decisions because you're never going to progress forward. And so I did this many times. I took 3 years to make that decision to move over to the States. And I was so scared. I was scared that, people would hate me for leaving. I would lose people because I wasn't doing what I usually do. Like I was making a really big decision. What if I fail? I mean, this was like consistent thought processes of I'm going to fail, I'm going to fail, I'm going to fail. Like that was what was stopping me. And I had it so comfortable, really. Like if you think about it, all your fears are created in the comforts that you live in, because as soon as you do something outside of those comforts, it's not going to feel good. It's actually going to feel really shitty. So what you can do is you can go, well, my fears are created here. That always can be my backbone. I know what comfort looks like. I know what I can do to stay comfortable. But if I go outside, just a little bit outside of my circle and my scope and my comfort levels, I'm probably going to grow. And as you grow to these places, you're going to feel really damn good because you became more fearless. Think about a fearless person in your life. Think about someone that you know that is truly fearless. They're willing to try things at any given moment. Sometimes it's stupidity, right? Because people just maybe take it too far. But most of the time, people give it a go. This is what creating a business and building a business really requires. You have to be completely resilient, and you have to not let fear dictate your decisions, because the ones that make it, they know, like, if they let fear dictate their decisions, if they let fear decide for them, there's no way they're going to make it. You're going to struggle so hard. So if you're going on a fitness journey, let's say you're going on a fitness journey and you're scared to maybe, how hard it's going to be, right? Trust the process day by day. Don't try and look too far in the future, and don't worry about where you've been in the past. If you're going to do maybe a new career path, give it a go regardless. What's the worst that can happen? It doesn't work out and you do something else and you learn that maybe that's not what you want to do. just give it a chance. Give it at least a certain amount of time as well for you to really understand, is this made for me? And then from there, maybe you're trying a relationship. Maybe you're trying to communicate better with someone. Give it enough time so that you can actually see and experience if it's going to work. If not, then don't go for it, okay? And don't let your past, because at the end of the day, all fear is all of your past experiences coming up to stop you from anything moving forward. If you don't let your past experiences, if you don't allow all of those previous thought processes to dictate how you feel today, you're going to make different decisions. Now, you can take everything that's happened and you can go, what did I learn from it? Now, that is more so creating wisdom. That is not creating fear. It's not creating faith. It's just wisdom. And the more wisdom that you can put into you to then help create a better outcome and a better process and a better future, the better you're going to be. You're also going to be a little more courageous, right? So how you combat fear is through courage. You have to just be willing. You have to be willing to try, willing to fail, willing to make adaptations, willing to be flexible, just willing to do something different. And I want to encourage you to just absolutely destroy and kill all fear, because the more that you do this, the better you're going to be, right? Everybody lets fear just completely consume them. And the more that you do this, you become so inferior to your own self. If you want to be inferior to your own self, then you have to then let fear dictate all of your decisions. Otherwise, to become more superior, you have to be willing to overcome it. These thoughts are always going to come in. You're going to be pulled from so many different directions, but the best thing that you can do is not get pulled in. In essence, what you want to do is you want to push out all that fear. You want to push it all as far away as you can. And you want to just attack everything with courage, with confidence, be calm, and actually back yourself. Because a lot of the time, people just don't back themselves. They don't believe in themselves. That's where fear comes from, disbelief, right? Previous instances. And then what could go wrong? So don't let yourself go down that path, right? Don't let fear dictate any of the decisions that you need to make, because you're going to stop yourself from any type of success that you've ever wanted, right? Everything you want is on the other side of fear. So make a move, take action, because you're one decision away from a completely different life.